What's up, guys?
We're back with another video. Last time out we did a draft video of our 20 favourite WWE superstars who we would draft to our own roster if we had one and crown the champion. This time out we're doing the same thing, but we've got a slight difference. What are we doing it with?
We're going to do only retired wrestlers, including Big E.
Yeah, so any wrestler that's currently retired or has been retired from any promotion, we're drafting into our own rosters. So Alex will draft his 20, I will draft my 20, and then we will crown the champion at the end. So who's going to go first?
I'll go first. My number one draft pick, gotta go with the man who's retired by the career killer Gunther. We gotta have John Cena.
Good draft pick for number one. He's not quite the best there is, best there was, and best there ever will be. Greatest Bret Hart, my favourite wrestler of all time, I think. Definitely when I was growing up as a kid. He's my number one draft pick, Bret the Hitman Hart.
You did say that last time in the last video over in Mysterio, so yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Your number two?
Hollywood Hogan of the NWO. No, real American. We got Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
He's good, but he's not quite perfect. So my number two draft pick is Mr. Perfect, Kurt Angle himself. Absolutely amazing. Loved him as a kid growing up.
Then we got none of this Diesel stuff. We got Kevin Nash of the NWO. We're stacking up the NWO here.
Number three for me, one of the most well-known, everybody would love, the Undertaker on their roster. Could not draft one without him.
Well, I don't like that guy, so it's fine for me. Then I have, also of the NWO, not Razor Ramon, Scott Hall.
And there's nothing wrong with Razor Ramon, because number four for me is the bad guy, Razor Ramon. Loved him.
Well, thanks for stealing my pick. I went with, not X-Pac, I went with 6. Another member of the NWO. Stacking up the NWO here.
Pretty good roster so far, but it's not
him.
as good as the Ultimate Warrior. Number 5 for me is the Ultimate Warrior. What a guy. What a guy.
So happy for him. I went with WWE or WCW NWO Great Muta.
Good pick, but he's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. Arguably the number one WWE superstar of all time. Stone Cold Steve Austin, number 6 for me.
Well, I think Ringmaster's better than Stone Cold Steve Austin, so yeah. I went with my favourite retired wrestler, the boss of NXT, Shawn Michaels of DX.
And I needed to have some British representation in my draft and my roster, so I went with arguably the biggest well-known British star of all times, David Boy Smith, the British Bulldog.
I'm not clapping for you. Then I went with second member of DX, well, technically third, but yeah. I went with the owner of WWE right now, CCO, Chief Content Officer, Triple H. Gonna do something with Shawn Michaels and maybe even X-Pac.
Good pick, but it's time to bring the madness for the Macho Man Randy Savage, absolute beast of a superstar. He is my next pick.
I went with, I said at the beginning, Big E. Big E, the best member of the New Day.
Yeah, but he ain't no Mick Foley, who is number 9 for me. Mick Foley, Mankind, however you want to address him as in this sort of guise. I thought he was brilliant, great character.
Then I went with the most recent retired wrestler in WWE, AJ Styles. Like I said with my first pick, John Cena, retired by the career killer Gunther.
I needed to put some rowdiness in with my roster, so I went with Rowdy Roddy Piper as number 10.
Yeah. Then I went with the Animal, Batista. he's going to do something in that mid-card division. With the IC
Bit of a monster. Wasn't around for too long, but made a huge impact, especially with that Samoan spike. I went with the Samoan Bulldozer Umaga.
It's probably my best figure that I have, so yeah. And I went with a great Latino heat, Eddie Guerrero, Viva la Raza.
Sticking with the Samoan theme, even though he wasn't technically a Samoan, he was a Samoan. I went with the big Yokozuna.
Then I have RVD Rob Van Dam. Arguably the best high flyer, if you're not including like luchadors, of all time.
ECW original, and I'm sticking with the ECW original theme. I went with the Sandman. I think I like his entrance more than anything.
Yeah.
He loved a beer. Yeah, definitely in my roster was the Sandman.
Then I went with Brian Pillman, the father of Lexus King. He is now in 2K26, WWE 2K26, announced by his son Lexus King himself.
Good pick, good pick. I went for a little bit of comedy as such, or a little bit of nostalgia. I went with the Boogeyman. I'm coming to get you. Little known fact, I dressed up as the Boogeyman one day.
Did you? Never knew that. Then I went with the one who owns Damien the Snake, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Well, it's time. It's Vader time. My next pick is the Mastodon Vader.
1 sec, let me have that figure. Vader time. Time for me. Take out that Vader. Be the best GM. That's what time it is. I went with, of the Brothers of Destruction, you have the other half, I have this half, Kane.
Number 16 for me was the winner of the first ever Royal Rumble. Bit of hacksaw Jim Duggan. Used to love it when he came out with a 2x4. Bit of wood. Yeah, hacksaw, definitely.
I went with the father of the WWE champion at the time of recording this video, Dusty Rhodes.
Good pick, good pick. It wouldn't be a roster, it wouldn't be a great roster, it wouldn't be the greatest roster without a bit of shake, rattle and roll. The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. I have to go with the Honky Tonk Man.
What about Gunter? You would just chop him. So Gunter's the greatest IC champion, actually. Then I went with one of the greatest, if not the greatest commentator of all time, Jerry Lawler.
Good pick. Good pick.
King.
My third from last pick is the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Used to love his laugh, and I like quite his theme songs.
It's got his laugh in it, so yeah. And I went with my 29th pick, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
I think Alex is miscounting me because that's 19th, not 29th.
Oh, sorry.
And my 19th, I went with a little bit of Psycho Sid. Never knew what to expect from Sid. Psycho Sid. And this is it, your last draft pick.
Yes, I went with UFC fighter, referee of one of the best WrestleMania main events of all time, Ken Shamrock.
Good pick, good pick. It's not quite the amazing Andre the Giant. My last pick, I couldn't have picked a roster without having the legendary Andre the Giant.
He knocked him out.
Yeah, I don't think he would. I think Andre would squish him. So he is my number 20. Okay, so that's your roster. My roster's been picked. So do you want to crown your champion first? Who would be your champion, your first ever champion in your roster?
I was thinking about 4 actually. I had 5 in mind. And the last one I thought of, I came up with champion. The 4 that I didn't pick was John Cena, Hollywood Hogan, Big E, and AJ Styles. But the one I did pick, obviously I picked the Raw Tag Team title of like the 2010s. like early 2010s and late 2000s. I went with Latino Heat, Viva la Raza, Eddie Guerrero.
Be a good pick. There's a lot to choose from in your roster. Eddie would be a good pick though. Legend. For me, I went for a classic Intercontinental title belt. To love this one, and a man who's held the Intercontinental title. I could have went for Honky Tonk Man, but I couldn't have chosen anyone else other than Bret the Hitman Hart. So he would be my champion in my roster because he is my favourite. So there we have it. Those are our rosters. Pop a comment in the comments to see whose roster do you think is better, Alex's roster or my roster. Whose champion do you think is better? If we would go up against each other, who would win? We'd love to hear in the comments. Other than that, that's our video done for today.
Yes, make sure to like and subscribe.
Of course.
This is our retired wrestlers draft. Stay tuned for more wrestling drafts coming up soon.
Yeah, great. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, bye-bye.